Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew here, back with another video. Today's kind of a continuation of last week's video. If you haven't seen last week's video, go ahead and go check it out in the description below. But last week I made an auto smelting kelp farm. So it goes ahead and cooks the kelp and uses the crafter, implements the new 1.21 block, the crafter, to go ahead and craft dried kelp blocks. So it kind of cuts down a lot on the manual time you have to spend making your fuel sources. So thanks to a comment from Trade Court, I'm going to attach on the screen here. Wanted to see this build where we can have a section of the farm that actually harvests the kelp individually as well, so you actually don't have to do any work. So today's video is going to focus on just making the auto harvester. Alright guys, one of the first things we're going to need is just to go ahead and set down our chest. Our chest is here, perfect. And then one extra on this side. We're gonna have 3 on this right side, 4 here on this left side. Alright, then. Alright, go ahead and cover this up entirely. Don't need one there. Go ahead and set up our pistons on top of a solid block. This block here cannot be glass. Just go ahead and make a solid block. Alright, go ahead and build up a little staircase on the back to help us get up. Alright, now we need to place observers on top of these. Alright. On top of that, on the back, we're going to go ahead and place some redstone dust just to power these observers. Actually, no. Sorry. That needs to be one higher. Alright, there we go. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put some glass around. Actually, let's go ahead and make this one a hopper as well. Feed that into there. Since it's glass, it's still open. Alright, let's go ahead and fill this in. Alright, so I'm gonna need to make this hopper and then this hopper as well. This will make more sense as we actually get into it. Alright, just cover up with some more glass. Alright, now that we have everything covered up here in the middle, let's go ahead and put this up. And then I'm going to make, for all my people playing on survival, it's just there so you can kind of get back and forth. Alright, the first thing I would do is just go ahead and place water on all the observer blocks. All the pistons should be going off every time you do it. Sorry if that sound is kind of loud. All right, we're gonna take our kelp, go ahead and plant some kelp. So similar to our last build, kelp as it's grown does make all water block source blocks, so it's good to just go ahead and do that. All right. Kind of the next step here is to take some slabs. If you actually set them on the face, now I'm so sorry, all the pistons are gonna go off again. Go ahead and get this set up. Just cover the top with it. Alright, go ahead and get another layer of glass going. Alright, and by placing the slabs, we're able to put water on top of the slabs. Let's do another one. Should go another block. Alright, put it on the sides. One more. And one more. Yep, now it should come all the way over. Go ahead and break these slabs. And by creating this section at the top that kind of goes across and down, when the kelp gets broken by the pistons, ultimately if it doesn't go into one of the hoppers on the ground, it's going to float. And with this setup, as it floats, it's going to come to the top, and this flowing water is going to bring it across, if that makes sense. So now you can see, just go ahead and place a little bit. You'll see it starts to move. Like for example, that kelp is just sitting there. Comes up to the top, hits the stream. That's all the way down into those hoppers, carries it all the way down to our chest. And if you want to improve it, since this water looks kind of stagnant, you could do the exact same thing with the slabs as before. And that'll help as well. I'm kind of close this off, ensure none of the kelp or materials actually make it out. Alright guys, so this is what our finished build looks like. Overall, it's going to be pretty effective. None of the kelp is going to be wasted. All the kelp that gets harvested is going to make its way up. Ultimately, if it doesn't go into these hoppers, it's going to float up, reach that moving stream at the top, go all the way down here, and straight down into these two hoppers. All of them are connected back to this chest, so as any of it breaks, which we can see here, watch it move, and it'll just continue to flow into here. Overall, it's pretty productive. And the nice part about this is if you watch last week's video, where you can cook and craft into dried kelp blocks, this can be the hopper that feeds into your furnace or smoker. So you're able to set it up where either this is in the air or get the rest of the build underneath ground and a part that you kind of dig out. And it's going to be pretty effective overall to help you have infinite fuel, infinite food if you somehow want to eat dried kelp. Pretty not useful, I would say, but it's possible. It's an option. And this kind of helps you if you have another project that's nearby that you're working on, for this to kind of go on in the background and harvest for you. So if you don't have the time to actually harvest it by hand, this is a good way to go. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning into this week's video. I appreciate you. Please feel free to drop a like, a comment, a sub, and I'll see you next time.